This is Paul Newman, and if you are seeing this screen, I am hoping to assure you here. Hello everybody, and welcome back to yet another video. May I just take this opportunity to say thank you very much to everybody for supporting the channel, for supporting the streams in your usual fashion. It's very much appreciated. Right, before we get started today, what I will say first is that Classic Watch 2023.ml, well, it's finally, the Roll of Honour has finally been updated. So the site is a lot more of an accurate reflection of where we are at the minute. And the website can be found at classicwatch2023.ml. Right, what we're going to do today is we're going to take a quick look at a couple of 2-year-old pattern races. It's about time we recapped how the 2-year-olds that we've looked at in videos are getting on already. So what we have is they're unfortunately only from one continent at the moment, but in 3 countries, Ireland, the UK and France. So without further ado, I think it's about time we take a look at these races now, and then I'll be back at the end of the video to wrap things up. But for now, just lay back and enjoy the brilliance of the horses identified by this channel. Okay everybody, take care, and I'll be back at the end of the video.
Ashwee, last one. Set. And that off, very level break. This is the early stud stakes, Group 2 for fillies. 7 fillies over 6 furlongs and 3 runners going right over on the far side. Grand Job, Do It With Style and Launch. Stand side, it's the favourite Matrika showing in front of the nose banded Ashwee. And they're followed by Gunsberg and the English runner Miss Roberts, the back marker of the quartet on the stand side at the end of the first 2 furlongs. Over on the left-hand side, little between. Grand Job, Do It With Style, 2.5 in front of Launch. This side, it's Matrika, leading Ashwee, followed by Gunsberg, and pushed along is Miss Roberts. They've passed the halfway stage in the early stud stakes. And over the far side, it's Do It With Style, battling away with Grand Job. On the stand side, it's Matrika still in front of Ashwee, Gunsberg and Miss Roberts racing to the final furlong. And they're on opposite sides of the track. Matrika, the stand side. On the far side is Do It With Style, followed by Grand Job, racing well inside the last half furlong. And it's Matrika making it 2 out of 2 over course and distance, winning another early stud stakes for Aidan O'Brien and Ryan Moore. Gunsberg through them for second, and then Ashwee, Do It With Style, the far side. White flag is raised. Mythology, drawn 4. All are in. And that off. Opening Derby Day with the Gain Railway Stakes, Group 2 over 6 furlongs, fielding 9 runners. And it's the Stable Companions Lightning Army in the quartered cap, who shows 2 lengths in front, the end of the first furlong, Bucanero Fuerte. 2.5 lengths back to Unquestionable, the favourite, disputes third, with Supersonic Man on the left as His Majesty, followed to halfway by Devious. And then Democracy, I'm Invictus, and the blue cap bringing up the rear is Mythology. It's Lightning Army striding on to go 3 lengths in front under Gary Halpin, followed by Bucanero Fuerte and Russell Ryan. Then Unquestionable and Ryan Moore, the greyish colours, pushed along as His Majesty, being followed just outside the final 2 by Supersonic Man. Lightning Army is coming back to Stable Companion Bucanero Fuerte, who is now picked off by Unquestionable. They're followed by His Majesty. Devious is next with I'm Invictus, racing towards the final furlong, and Unquestionable picks it up from Bucanero Fuerte on the stand side, followed in third place by His Majesty, running inside the final 150 yards. It's Unquestionable from Bucanero Fuerte, who's fighting back on the stand side. Bucanero Fuerte and Unquestionable have gone by together, followed after a gap, His Majesty in third place.
And they're racing. 2-year-olds in action over the straight 1200 metres, with Ramatuel beginning nicely near side. Balsam showing dash. Myconian with speed in the blue colours. His Majesty just in behind, followed by Classic Flower. So Myconian and Ramatuel with Balsam in the centre, and Balsam's followed by His Majesty with the unbeaten Classic Flower just in behind. Near side running rail is Ramatuel with Myconian alongside. Balsam's only a neck away between them. His Majesty is widest of all, and Classic Flower held up about 2.5 lengths off the speed as they pass the halfway marker, and it's Myconian and Ramatuel. Those two now getting a nice run up the running rail is Classic Flower. His Majesty is trying to get on terms. Balsam is following, but Ramatuel is really quickening away now, and it is Ramatuel going about 3 lengths clear, with His Majesty moving into second place, Classic Flower third, going towards the finish. Ramatuel, very impressive winner. His Majesty second, third place goes to Classic Flower, followed by Myconian and Balsam.
Hartem making up the line. Group 2, the Superlative, the Bet365 Superlative. Over 7 furlongs away they go. City of Troy, one from the left in the dark blue jacket. On the extreme left, Quatre Bras Odyssey on the left-hand side as well in the beige sleeves. Spanish Phoenix well away towards the far side, yellow jacket with Sun. And then wide in the green sleeves is Hartem there, tracked by Cuban Thunder. Slightly alone down the centre is Metallo. City of Troy leading the group more towards the near side from Quatre Bras and Odyssey, and Great Truth at the back of the field. Spanish Phoenix possibly just the overall leader from City of Troy on the near side as they race on now towards the 4 furlong marker. Spanish Phoenix on the far side. Sun, Hartem prominent over the far side from Cuban Thunder. The favourite down this near side, dark blue jacket, City of Troy, Ryan Moore and Travelling Well, followed by Metallo. Odyssey now pushed along, Great Truth with a bit to do, and Quatre Bras is Spanish Phoenix from City of Troy and Hartem on the far side. These three now pressing on. City of Troy just about gets to the lead past Spanish Phoenix. Hartem on the outside. Great Truth is making good ground from the rear of the field. They head down into the dip and on towards the final furlong, and it's City of Troy by a couple of lengths to Great Truth in second, Hartem in third. City of Troy is opening up now, rising up towards the line. City of Troy by 5-6 lengths. City of Troy worthy of all the superlatives. He comes clear. He could be a future champ. City of Troy by 7, maybe 8 from Hartem. Tight for the minors, Sun, Odyssey, Great Truth.
So please stay tuned. Hello everybody. Hello everybody. And welcome back. What we saw there really, I think it's fair to say, was 4 very good Group 2 quality 2-year-olds. Just going to run through them all now. Starting with Matrika. This one was identified, close the window in case we get some noise. Matrika was identified in the Ascot video, where she ran brilliantly at Royal Ascot, second out of 17 in the Group 3 Albany Stakes, running to a mark of 102. And then she managed to oblige in the Early Stud Stakes just over a week later, where the Racing Post said she never had to improve, to a mark of 102 to land her first pattern race. Another one identified over the Ascot video was the winner of the Railway Stakes, Bucanero Fuerte. Again, at Royal Ascot, running absolutely superb, finishing third out of 20 in the Group 2 Coventry Stakes, running to a mark of 106. And then coming out again just over a week later to win the Group 2 Railway Stakes at Coa, where this one actually improved, running to a mark of 108. This one more sprint bred, I think. I think it'd be quite hard for it to make a classic case. You know, it's related to a winner of the Abbaye identified a while back, called Wooded. Regarding the classic chances of Matrika, there is obviously one no nay never sized red flag regarding this filly's classic hopes, but like so many by the stallion, no nay never, it could develop into a top class 2-year-old without any shadow of a doubt. He's also like Little Big Bear and Meditate, both side by no nay never. Probably the best the 2 of the best 2-year-olds last year, and they've not won a classic between them. You know, Little Big Bear flopped in the classic and then flopped in the 6 furlong Group 1 race. They won't blame the stallion because they own it. But Matrika could develop into a top class 2-year-old as well. Bucanero Fuerte, like I said, more sprint type, hopefully. The one in France, Ramatuel, that's actually won 3 out of 4 races. It had won a pattern race the day after Royal Ascot finished. It won the Group 3 Prix du Bois at Chantilly when it ran to a mark of 104. And then yesterday it came out and won the Group 2 Prix Robert Papin back at Chantilly again. And it won by 4 lengths, and the race obviously hasn't been rated yet, as it was only yesterday, and they're a bit nervous to rate the race yet. Because I'll tell you why they've not rated the race, because they're not sure how good the performance was. They're not sure how good the horse is. That's why they haven't rated it. Me, I'm certain how good the horse is. That is why I started talking about it before it even raced. Based purely on pedigree, before nothing what it's done on the track is important to me. City of Troy, it was the last one, obviously, and that threw in a fantastic performance. Justified Side Colt winning the Group 2 Superlative Stakes by 6.5 lengths and running to what really, at this time of year, is an exceptional mark of 116 according to the Racing Post. I mean, I think we had Jim Noble Style, the Jim Crack winner, ran to that. I think we had Little Big Bear run above that a couple of times. Maybe a couple of fillies, Tahira and Meditate, ran to that. But they were all at the end of the season. You know, this is halfway through the season and this horse is turning in performances like that. Absolutely incredible. You saw how easily it won. It has to, hopefully now, go and lead towards races like the National Stakes, the Dewhurst. Who knows what they're going to do with it. The world is their oyster really with this horse on this current form. And hopefully it can make its mark felt in the 2024 Classics as well. Who knows? Right, that's the 4 horses. City of Troy, Bucanero Fuerte, Matrika and Ramatuel. All identified on this site before they even ran. Is that true? Before they even ran in a pattern race. And they're all Group 2 winners now, less than 2 or 3 months later. I mean, there's a lot coming up. It's the Irish Oaks this week. I mean, maybe people need to be keeping an eye on ClassicWatch2023.ml over the next couple of days, see if any horses get added onto that ahead of the Irish Oaks. You know, we've got plenty of horses that are possibles. Just need to know what's running or not. You know, and we've got plenty there. Look at the record of the site. You know, the site is doing really well. It's won this year. It's taken out both Irish Guineas, both UK middle distance classics. It's also won the Irish Derby. Nothing in France yet. Blew out a bit at Newmarket. Made its mark in the USA in the Kentucky Oaks and the Acorn Stakes with the Godolphin filly. I mean, people need to be keeping an eye on this site and the horses on it. You know, I don't really know how more I can emphasise that really. But for now, thank you very much for watching the video. I'm going to end the video now. Take care, everybody. And I'll be back at some point with some horses later on in the week, all being well. But for now, take care, everybody, and look after yourselves.